Your Radio Nightlight, which is a show by Benjamin Walker, who now does Theory of Everything. He did this show for WZBC, and it was just the weirdest thing I'd ever heard. And he wanted to make a show. After I got into the idea of doing radio, this is right at the time where This American Life was really going gangbusters and really breaking through in the mainstream. And everyone I knew who was my age wanted to go work for IRA. But Benjamin and I wanted to run our own shows. We were just a little bit different in that way. And we found each other through Julie, actually through that meeting. And this is the weirdest story. Basically, I went to his website. No, he found my website just randomly, the Invisible Ink website. And I called him the next day because I got a number from Julie. And he thought I could tell he was on my website. Which explains a lot about Benjamin Walker.
He is in the middle of a surveillance series right now. Like, history here, repeating.
And we became friends. And so when I created, and then I had this half-hour show, weekly show, on Sundays on KLW in San Francisco. And my sort of my hour mate was leaving. So he wasn't going to produce the second half hour. And so I asked him to produce a half-hour version of Your Radio Nightlight for San Francisco, and then he would play Invisible Ink on WZBC. And when we did that, he created The Theory of Everything is the half-hour version of Your Radio Nightlight. And then it became too much information, and then back to Theory of Everything again. But I just loved the way he was. He was so weird, and I was also like a really big fan of Joe Frank, and there was a lot of Joe Frank in his work. But he was Joe Frank for my generation.
Us,
yeah. And so I actually related to him more than I related to Joe.